A client portal is a secure online platform where clients can access matter information, documentation, and interact with key associates. Client portals are a great way to improve the way that law firms deliver their services and collaborate with their clients. A portal provides an efficient way for clients to stay informed and be involved in their legal matters without having to constantly contact the lawyers for updates, leading to emails back and forth. This means your firm can provide 24/7 services, act fast, and be transparent, all in a secure environment. The demand for client portals is growing as a result of pressure from your clients. More law firms are providing their clients with portals, and if you do not provide such services, there is a big chance that your clients will go to your neighbor firm that does provide these kind of services. With BettyBlocks, you can create customer portals with the features that your client expect. We're going to jump into some of examples that we hear are the most requested. As with everything built on our platform, it can be fully customized and integrated with the tools that you want. Okay, so let's get into how Betty can help improve that delivery. Note that what is displayed in this demonstration is of course just an example. Your client portal can be fully customized to the needs of your firm and your clients. On this homepage you can find client information such as key context and history about the relationship. Note that the type of information that is displayed here is again just an example of how you could organize this. BettyBlocks allows you to easily configure this to your needs. In this case, we've included the latest communication and recent tasks to give the user, both internal lawyers or the client, a quick idea of recent actions. The homepage itself can also be a starting point for actions that happen on this page. With our helpful page builder, you type what type of interactions, for example to create a new task, are displayed to your clients. Okay, so let's have a look at the other sections in this client portal, starting with the legal requests. With legal requests, we're looking into the process of raising legal questions by a client to a law firm. So imagine I am a legal counsel from the client. If you raise a question, the answer to that question is often really more than just a simple yes or no. There are basically always circumstances to a question, so it would be very helpful to know this all up front. This is why a standardized intake process can help to eliminate communication back and forth and ensures that all requests are seen and responded to in time. So let's raise a quick request on this page as if I am the legal counsel from the client. I'll name this the assignment of a new director, and for the description I'll add we need to assign a new director to say Lexicon Netherlands. By entering a title and a detailed description, the client can give the lawyer all the information up front. Another thing that is often overlooked is to understand the urgency from a request. So having a due date here makes sense to set expectations to your firm on when to deliver it, rather than to just answer that overnight. Something to consider as well is to include meetings to discuss the request. In a quick call, the client and lawyer can discuss the request in a bit more detail, and with the information from the intake form, the lawyers have a better way to prepare such a call. In this example, you can also pre-assign your request to a chosen lawyer. Everyone has favorites, right? You can also think of categorizing your request into certain request types and automatically assign your request to the right person. For that, Betty could help create interactions or actions to automate coordination steps as well. For example, by notifying the right persons straight away. Okay, so over to the calendar. Having a central calendar can help to see what meetings are on the agenda on an overall relationship. You can think of quarterly reviews, year engagement negotiations, knowledge seminars, but of course also many other meetings or milestones that originate from the individual matters that your firm is managing for your client. If you want to make this even more powerful, Betty also offers Outlook and Gmail integrations in our blog store. Then over to the know-how area. Proper organization of your know-how is essential for a law firm. Knowledge is widespread through every practice area of a firm and is provided to your clients in emails, calls, documentation, and legal information on the firm's website. Corporate legal departments want to have easy access to that knowledge, but you don't want to give away everything for free or write a new email every time the same question comes up. In this know-how section, you can find an example of how to organize this in a FAQ format. By creating a central place for frequently asked questions, your client can use this in a self-serve way. Of course, note that your client can be part of industry-specific questions that may only be relevant for a handful of clients. This way, you can give them the attention they require by providing that exclusive content. You can organize your know-how in separate categories or keep a central overview. Again, it is really up to you how you want to organize this, but this gives you an example of how you could create that central place. Finally, you may have recorded certain webinars or other knowledge sessions that you want to share with your clients. In a client portal, this could also be a great place to host this information. So to summarize, a client portal can really make sure that your high valued knowledge is kept secure but easily accessible by your client. And it's not on its own. It can be found on know-how sections like this, but also in documents shared in your matters or stored as advice in your legal requests. In the client portal, your client can find all that information at hand. Over to the tasks. When you collaborate with your client, there's more than drafting contracts, writing emails, and being on the phone. In the client portal, you can use the tasks to better organize your work and make them visible to your clients so they have clear expectations. But you can also assign tasks to your client. Well, actually, let's do that now. In this example, I want the client to provide case documentation for a trademark litigation matter. I'll include that in the description as well. Note that if you are dealing with a high volume of tasks, it is of course important that the work is assigned to the right matter. This tells the lawyer where to record the hours on, if it is assigned to a lawyer. And if you're creating milestones for multiple matters, it is also important that you can zoom in on a particular matter to see the actions for that matter. For the assignee here, I'll choose a client's user now, and we're going to set the due date to next Friday. Once the task is added, you can find it on your central overview here and see the related matters on the right as well. So task management as part of your client portal can become a central point of collaboration between you and your client. It creates more transparency and it can minimize email traffic coming back and forth. You'll also have more control about upcoming deadlines. Functionality as this can also be used from a legal project management point of view. Think of creating project portals with similar functionality from Betty. Now, as mentioned, tasks can be linked to matters in this example, so let's head over to the matter overview. Matter management has mostly been an internal process for law firms, but clients have become more demanding and request more transparency on process and costs of the matters. With a client portal, you can provide that required insight in a central, secure environment with the detail required per matter. On the matter overview here, you can find all active and closed matters between the firm and your client, and you'll directly see the partner per matter and can go into the detail of the matters further down. If you want, you can also add a new matter here, but you can also think of an iManage integration instead to synchronize your client's matter into the client portal automatically. Okay, so let's have a look at a matter in a bit more detail. We'll land on the Documents tab here. Of course, as lawyers being lawyers, legal advice is still mostly produced in documentation, such as draft contracts or legal opinions. Creating a central point of access to that documentation can be one of the key drivers for your clients. Having this all in one place, not having to find that email from 2 months ago, that really saves everybody time. The same can go for invoices and further financial insight that might become part of your client portal. We do, however, advise to start simple, and sharing documentation is a great way to get your client portal running. Another benefit here is that not only you, but also your client can upload documentation related to a matter directly within your client portal instead of having to send a whole set of separate emails. With a potential integration into your DMS, say like iManage, your lawyers can review all the relevant documents directly in their DMS as well, and then don't need to save that into iManage separately anymore. Next thing we'll look at is communication. When you are collaborating with your team and with your client, it's also helpful to have a central communication section. Emails will get lost and quick discussions can better be centralized in one secure environment. And to clear things up, you can really decide to include edit and delete options, but again, if you want that button to disappear or want to create a conversation thread, you can adjust this page and make it work as you want. You are not stuck with the boundaries of a point product. It is really up to your firm to decide how this will be implemented and what changes you would like to make to it. Now over to the agenda. The agenda is a place where you can include important meetings like a kickoff, weekly catch-up, strategy meetings, important project milestones like court dates in litigation matters, but maybe also even evaluation meetings. And as mentioned, if you want to make this even more powerful, Betty also offers Outlook and Gmail integrations in our blog store. Then again, some insights on tasks. In the client portal, you can use the tasks to create your own milestones or tasks and make them visible to your clients so they have clear expectations. You can even see this as a simple project plan that outlines the work that needs to be done. It can be work for the firm, but there may also be tasks for the client, like providing the case documentation. Using task management as part of your matter management can become a central point of collaboration between you and your client, creating more transparency and minimize email traffic. You also have more control about upcoming deadlines. Again, we can emphasize that functionality as this can also be used from a legal project management point of view, for example by creating project portals that uses a similar solution design. Now over to the messages. This section provides just a quick way to find the most recent communication without having to go into the matter. But they are linked, so if you need to get into the matter details, you can just go there. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of the benefits of a client portal. It provides transparency to your client, for example on documentation progress or milestones in a particular matter. It creates a central point for collaboration by creating tasks and having a legal intake process. This can all be done in a secure environment and thus provide a lot of efficiency with less emails going around to you and your client. With Betty Blocks you also have great flexibility. Everything in this application is customizable to your needs, from the colors, styling and words down to the integration. We for example have integrations with iManage, HiQ, Language Weaver, Outlook and Gmail calendars, DocuSign and so on. Thanks a lot for watching this video.